Good morning, everyone. So happy to be here with you today. It's a wonderful day here in coastal Virginia. We've had a pretty good run of real winter here in the last few days. It's been nice and cold. That's really good. It helps us manage the insect challenges that we go through. Excuse me, and I'm really happy about that. Um, Overall, all is well. I'm happy to be here with you this morning. I'm glad you're here with me. If you're out there, send me a little message and let me know you're there. It's really nice to know that there are people listening. And let's begin our day as we do with our breathing exercise. We breathe in through our nose, hold, out through our mouth, in through our nose, hold, out through our mouth. So let's continue. In through our nose, hold, out through our mouth. And open your eyes if you got them closed and shake your fingers and wiggle your toes. It's wonderful to be here again. It's really fantastic. And, you know, everything we see, taste, touch, and smell. Hello, Bobby. Everything we see, touch, taste, and smell, feel, experience in this three-dimensional plane operates on a vibratory rate. Everything in creation operates on a vibratory rate. Vibratory rate is the existence of all that is. Now, there's plenty of people out there whose task is to explain how that works. Good morning, Shireen. It's good to see you. There's many people out there whose mission, whose message is to explain how that whole vibratory consciousness works, how the whole quantum understanding functions. That's not Paul's message. Paul's message is to say that there is one vibratory rate of which we are all part. And so that total vibratory rate is all that is. And each of us and all of it in this three-dimensional plane and in the multiverse have their own singular portion or own singular tuning of that vibratory rate. The highest vibratory rate that we know of today is something we call in this three-dimensional plane joy. When a person is completely joyful, the vibratory rate is at its highest or very close to its highest maximum capacity within this three-dimensional plane. And we refer to that as joy, and at the same time, we refer to all that is as joy or love. Love is another high vibratory rate because we assume in our teaching that all that is the highest vibratory rate. But at the same time, all that is the lowest vibratory rate because all that is all that is. That's what there is to know. And as we work and as we embrace these broader understandings, we move out of a place of hope and faith and belief, and we move into a place of knowing. And we know that these things are so. I know that the vibratory rate of all that is. There's no question about it. I've experienced it in multiple ways. I've experienced it by sitting too close to the bass speakers at a 1970s rock and roll concert. I've experienced the vibratory rate of existence in this three-dimensional plane by leaning up against the stacks at a rock and roll concert. And anyone who's done that, or anyone who's been within a few feet of those speaker stacks, realize that vibratory rate. It's there, it's real. It's not like something that person or I believe is so. That's something I know is so. And the knowing of it empowers me. When I speak to the universe, which is a vibratory rate, that I know, which is a vibratory rate, the universe, the all that is, responds to me at a vibratory rate that increases my overall absorption. That's why it's important to move from the reason it's so hard, cancel that. The reason it's difficult for us human beings in this three-dimensional plane to even say, I know anything, is because we're trained from before we're born to believe that we're damaged, to believe that we are not complete, to believe that we are less than. And we've been trained that to say, I know this is so, lacks humility. And the whole point of being here and to understand all that is requires a humble expression. Well, acknowledging what is so is a humble expression. Cowering away from what one realizes as so is false humility. Point being that I become more consumed in the vibratory rate of all that is when I speak of that which I know. We are all every vibratory rate available. Each of us. Is every vibratory rate available? From God, all that is, all the way down to whatever one may consider the lowest vibratory rate. And I don't even know what that is. That I don't know. Yet we empower ourselves when we commit our knowing to the value of what is going on. I want to tell you that, and this is great. So one of the most valuable things, one of the most valuable material things in the United States of America is the money that one person has in their pocket. So when a person takes that important reality, I mean, people go to work and they spend at least a third, if not more like a half, of their total existence simply doing something that generates money, cash, dollars, cents, yen, Deutschmarks, euros, pesos, rubles, whatever. So when someone shares that or invests that money in their knowingness, it increases the vibratory rate, which is why it's so important to support with your, and the reality is that the love of you manifest in three-dimensional reality is often that very same money. When it's Christmas time and you want to give a gift, there's all kinds of gifts to be given, but generally speaking, the most appreciated gift is cash. Because here in the United States of America, we like what we like. That's not good or bad, that's just so. And it's beyond the point. The point is that by sharing myself as the cash in my pocket with that which I believe feeds me, with that which I know is of value to my ever expanding consciousness, is very important. It's very, very important. My point today is that when each of us, you and I, choose to know, we choose to enhance the density of that vibratory rate. If I could talk about confusion from a vibratory consciousness for a minute, and we call a vibratory experience, and I'll make an example, and we call it a wave. And that wave, the ultimate of that wave is this strong, heavy, what we'll call frequency line that moves forward or backwards or in every direction like this. Now, the more 100% knowing I am of that which I am expressing, the more solid, the thicker, the more pure that line is. The less confident I am in that knowing, the thinner, the less, the more perforated that line, that vibratory rate line, that frequency line is. And if you were listening to a radio and you had it tuned to a particular frequency, and the sound was, it would be clear for a second, and then it would be just a little bit less able to hear what's going on. And then that is expressed in that line becoming thinner. What we know empowers that frequency connection. What we know empowers that vibratory rate. And we can become more confident in ourselves. Because what's most important for we human beings is to overcome all of the training that says, I am not enough. I am damaged. I'm not good enough. We must change that in ourselves to I know that I am the complete and total expression of all that is on this planet right now. And every time I acknowledge that, every time I say, I know that I am the expression of all that is right here, right now, I solidify that frequency and I make that message clearer going out. And the reality is that it then becomes clearer coming back. And I am able to create with more specificity, which is really nice for us to be able to realize that I can create anything I desire. But I have to know that I am creation as I said. And that's the important part. We must be able to begin speaking, I know. Anyone who isn't speaking, I know right now, who tries to say, I know, will get so much chatter between their ears, it'll be like crazy. It'll be like 50 frequencies coming in all at once. Because we are designed in this three-dimensional form, and we're trained, we are not designed, we are trained, we are conditioned in this three-dimensional form to express and know that I am less than. Yet, that is not the truth. It's only so because it's been conditioned into us and we have accepted it as so. We are, I am, you are creative beings. You are, I am, the vibration of all that is. And the thing that what confuses this individual is the limited knowingness that I am the expression of all that is. That's what takes retraining. That is the power of positive affirmation. That is the power when one says to oneself, sitting at a table without a mirror or standing in front of a mirror and says, I love myself. I love myself. And it goes further to stand in a mirror and look at yourself dead in the eye and go, I am the manifestation of all that is in this three-dimensional plane. I am the expression of God wherever I am, and all is well. What I offer to you today is to stand in front of a mirror and say that over and over and over until you're comfortable with it. Until the voices in your head stop screaming. Embrace yourself as the expression of divine. Invest yourself in all that you know is so. Empower those that empower you. I love you, each and every one. I realize you as expressions of all that is. I realize you as expressions of myself. I realize we are all one. We are all the same. We are all God right here, right now. I salute you as the presence of God wherever you are. Namaste, namaste, namaste.